Hey, what's up, everybody? Daniel Kaiser from EpicBattleAxe.com, pimping EBC, Epic Battle Cry, Skirmish 084, which is live on the internet, has been for a couple of days, over on EpicBattleAxe.com, went live this morning on GameTrailers.com. Check it out no matter where your browser's at, because that's what it's there for. So anyway, just wanted to get people up to speed on what exactly we spoke about on this past week's show, and encourage you to dive in if you haven't already. So, Street Fighter X Tekken was announced. We put the gloves on to debate the game, talk a little bit about what's good, what's bad. Actually, we don't. We just all basically gush over it because it sounds pretty sweet. New Dragon Age DLC was announced. Everyone pretty much knows how I feel about Dragon Age if you've been following the show. So I really need to buy a new PC so I can play this thing the way it is meant to be played, because the PS3 version just ain't doing it for me. So anyway, SOCOM slipped into 2011. We have a conversation about that and the impact that that move is going to have on the move. Whether or not Sony should actually push the whole damn thing back, because, you know, it's just not good to have a hardcore game lacking like that. It's better that they don't release it if it's not working. I mean, it's going to really screw things up. So anyway, we discussed that in the show, and we also talk about the fourth dimension, the final dimension for Spider-Man's Shattered Dimensions, which is ultimate, which is epic. We discuss it, and also Brent's disdain for Spider-Man 2099, a thoroughly entertaining conversation. Of course, the crux of our show, though, is following up on the previous conversation from EBC 083 and bringing Jim Sterling from Destructoid onto the show to go under the axe and debate game reviews with us. Now, it wasn't really a debate so much as it was an opportunity for us to address what we brought up in 083 and productively discuss the state of game reviews. You see, this is how things work. In 083, we brought up this discussion. We got so much great feedback from the EBA community, people on Game Trailers, people in the forums all over the web, wherever we are. We got great feedback pertaining to reviews. The thing is, obviously, I pointed out stuff with Jim. I pointed out that I didn't like the way he interacts with his readers, for good reason. I mean, you know, I specified a couple of comments and things like that. Well, Jim didn't really like it. Obviously, if you know, I've mentioned on the show, if you saw it already, that he tweeted, hey, the conversation was bullshit and fuck you, basically is what he said. So not wanting to leave it at that and, you know, just, you know, passively aggressive tweet about things, I decided to have Jim come on the show and invite him on to say where I was wrong in assuming that he was, you know, kind of browbeating his audience, and he did that. He discussed that, and we, you know, wanted to have a productive conversation regarding scores, the score system in gaming, regarding the relationship between writers and readers, and the whole point of Epic Battle Axe. You know, I started the whole thing with the concept of having a forum, an environment, a platform to discuss issues that are facing the gamer, facing the game industry, and give everyone a chance to kind of speak their mind, cry havoc, and let their voice be heard. So having Jim on the show, to me, was the most productive way of accomplishing that. I know a lot of people kind of have commented, well, not a lot, I've seen a couple of comments anyway, that are like, oh, you guys back down, blah, blah, blah. You know, I didn't want Jim to come on the show so that we could, you know, bash him, like the way that I was saying he was bashing his members. I mean, that's not productive. That's not very wise. I think the smart thing to do is exactly what we did, which is keep the conversation going and give everyone an opportunity to speak in a productive manner that encourages people to think. That's what it's all about. Think about your perspective on game reviews, what they mean, what's right, what's wrong. That's the whole point of EpicBattleAxe.com, and I think we accomplished that. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. So anyway, if you haven't heard it yet, go over to EpicBattleAxe.com, check out EBC Skirmish 084. There's plenty of more stuff in the show, including our feedback section, and you know, we even discussed some different things pertaining to members, topics that they brought up on Game Trailers and Facebook. There's a really great Facebook quote, so you got to check that out. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. It's a little over 4 minutes. It's enough of your time, enough of mine. So go check out Epic Battle Cry, Cry Havoc, let your voice be heard. Peace!